Good evening, Rotorua. Tonight on City News. The Kotu community celebrates Arbor Day with a planting at Karanga Park. The inaugural Olive Festival is on at the Agrodome Olive Orchard, and 16 schools are taking part in tomorrow's First 15 Rugby College Day at Western Heights High School. A planting of more than 70 trees took place yesterday at Kotu Youth Space at Karanga Park. The planting was a joint project between the community and Rotorua District Council as contribution to Arbor Day.
It's fantastic, and I'm so delighted so many of the community have turned up. In fact, there's so many from the community, about 160 I think, and there's 80 trees, so they've got a shed digging them, and it's just wonderful.
A water feature is also planned for the Karanga Youth Space. This weekend, the inaugural Olive Festival is on at the Agrodome Olive and Kiwi Fruit Orchard. The festival offers locals the opportunity to feast on a 3-course olive-themed meal and learn more about the tasty fruit.
What we'd like to do is, obviously the business itself normally focuses on tourism, but what we'd like to offer to our local guests is the opportunity to see olives growing, which probably many people haven't, to learn a little bit about the harvest of them, the Village Press is our partner in this venture, and they are the experts in olive oil and the processing of olives. So they're going to teach people a little bit about how to press their own olives, how to get the oil, and then how to flavour the oil and make various tapenades and things like that. And then we'll finish the day with a fabulous lunch.
Nice. Using
all these products, and the guests will get to take their own bottle of oil home.
The festival, which celebrates the Grove's inaugural 2014 harvest, is on tomorrow at the Education Centre at the Agrodome's Olive Orchard. In sport tonight, Bay of Plenty Rugby is hosting the First 15 Rugby College Day at Western Heights High School tomorrow. 16 teams are competing in their last match of round 1. The College Day provides an opportunity for selectors to scout new talent. Bay of Plenty Rugby Union Secondary School Manager Kyle McLean says College Day will be a memorable experience for all players and coaches. Results and point tables can be found at boprugby.co.nz. In Baywide Rugby this weekend, Whakarewa are away playing Rangatoa, as is Rotowiti, who are up against Gretton Marist. And finally, congratulations to the organisers of Slam Rock 2014. Tickets have sold out, and we'll have shots for you on Monday thanks to our cameraman Graham Jones, who is rolling up to the event for City News. He might need some earplugs. To your weather now. The forecast tonight is cloudy with some drizzle, light winds and an overnight low of 4. And we have a full forecast of the weekend's weather coming up after City News thanks to Met Service. For program listings or to watch City News again, visit our website tvrotorua.co.nz and remember to check out our updates on TV Rotorua Facebook page. Still to come in tonight's program, Joe Remains has an update of the upcoming Creation Fest, Alan Solomons with Lakes DHB CEO Ron Dunham for the latest health target results, and we find out what's on a tomorrow night sellout Slam Rock event.
Well, if you're a landlord here in the CBD and received a letter from the council regarding earthquake-proofing your building, then you'll find what Aladina Harunani has to say. Very informative and very interesting. Hi Aladina, thanks for joining us today. Now, you're holding a free information evening for local landlords about earthquake-proofing their buildings. Now, obviously, this is going to be a huge issue over the next coming years, but why are you holding this free evening of information?
The thought of organising this meeting or the introduction of this information evening came from my discussion with the council early this year, when I came to realise that landlords had received letters. And immediately I saw that we already have enough difficulty in the CBD where the shops are empty, and certainly with the earthquake strategy that was coming in place, further to that, due to the desktop exercise council had carried out, there would be a lot of misunderstanding. I, for one, as an architect, have had to learn a lot in a very short duration. And I spoke to a few engineers that I've been working with over the last 5 years, and some of them are outside the country, outside the town, and they have given me a really positive feedback as to there is more positive that can come out of it, particularly when people are informed. That was my inspiration of why I wanted to do this. So I went to speak to council, and Mark Rawson and his team welcomed this very well, and the initiative. Thank you.
Let's talk about the desktop project that you mentioned. What's that all about?
The desktop exercise that council carried out towards the end of last year or early this year was to basically give the landlords an understanding of where their buildings sit in terms of risk level. Now, this is an exercise councils around the country have been asked to take the stock, basically. It's like to understand how many of your buildings in your city are possibly earthquake prone. Possibly can be a very subjective word. So my exercise of this information evening is to actually make those landlords and tenants and business people who want to invest in Rotorua understand that do not be held off by desktop exercise. And whilst my insurance will not cover me for the statement that I'm about to make, but I do say it in a very, very clear terms. Do not. It's only what it is. It's a desktop. So until you have an engineer's report saying your building needs to be done X, Y, Z, as far as I'm concerned, my advice to you, to the landlord, the business owner, is that your building is as good as anybody.
So that'll be a huge relief to some of the landlords here in town, because there's over 1,300 buildings that received these letters, telling them or advising them that they need to get these reports done.
That's right. As I said, again, it's an exercise that council has been given to do a stock take. So 1,300 is a lot of numbers. Now, quite a few of those are actually gone ahead to council and given them reports. Quite a few have actually carried out reports that they haven't submitted yet to council. And these are all the opportunities that, and many more, that is there that in that information evening we're going to present, that people will come to understand what it's all about. A lot of times when council and governments have issued out some strategies, people have tended to fold in and do nothing about it, which is what we don't want. And people need to understand, as a consultant, as a registered architect, it's my position to inform people if I know something.
So what happens, Aladina, if these landlords ignore these letters and don't bother doing any reports?
Well, certainly, as a council being local body authority, have given them a limitation by when these letters, reports need to be done by. The timelines are not that onerous either. I would be surprised, why would you not want to know where your building stands at? The element of not giving it to council, obviously in the letters that they've been given and the repercussion that are there, that will be between the council and the landowners to actually appreciate that. Yeah. I can only make a comment on the big picture though, that in 20 or 30 years time, if the buildings that are earthquake prone identified were not supported to have been strengthened or given a report that they don't need, then those buildings will certainly be looked at seriously to be brought down. And that's where the landlords are going to find their losses. But again, it's 20, 30 years time, and most of the landlords are saying, if I don't have to really go through all of that, why do I? So again, information evening is to help landlords realize it's easy to say, what the hell do I need to do now? But on the other side, what is that loss? And the loss is not your building, the loss is the potential income that your building can be sustaining. There's a lot of fear mongering out in the town, and that has really been the result of why a lot of shops are empty and a lot of buildings are becoming museums.
Well, we're out of time now, so good luck for the evening. Now, people, it's free for people, isn't it?
Yes, certainly. Yeah. If you're, doesn't matter where you come from, if you're in Rotorua, you're an owner of a business, you're an owner of a building, or you're a tenant, then certainly this will affect you.
All right, good stuff. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi Chris, welcome to City News today. Now, it's almost been 50 years that there's been support for breastfeeding mums here in New Zealand, and before we get into the celebrations of that, why is it important for our mums to breastfeed kids?
Well, breastfeeding's a normal food for babies. It's good for babies, lots of different reasons why and it's good for mums as well. Lots of things that are helpful to mum and at the time that she's breastfeeding, and later on in her life. It's quite good at helping to prevent cancers for mum and for baby.
Wow.
And it's really good in the early days. The colostrum, which is the first milk that baby gets, it's good for lining the baby's stomach and helping to prevent illness later on and in the early days as well. Gastroenteritis is quite a tough thing for a baby to go through, and a baby who is being breastfed is less likely to get some of those.
Now, obviously, there's lots of debate about breastfeeding and using formula. What are the disadvantages of using formula to feed babies?
Well, for one, it's time-consuming for the mum. Two, it's formula is generally made from cow's milk, and cow's milk is for baby calves. Calves have different needs to what baby humans have. So when a calf is born, it has to get up and walk really quickly, whereas a baby human has got to grow its brain really fast, and that's so breast milk is the perfect milk for baby humans. Yeah.
I find it really interesting that humans in the animal kingdom are the only animal or mammal that continues to drink milk after it's finished, after it's been a baby. What do you think that is? Why do people drink so much milk?
I don't know, it's interesting, isn't it?
It is very interesting.
And it's also it depends on where you live around the world too, because some countries they don't drink milk once they've weaned. So, yeah.
How important is the father role or the man role when it comes to breastfeeding?
Oh.
Obviously, they can't breastfeed. That's
they
a
can't
gimme.
breastfeed.
But obviously, support for mum.
It's support for mum, yeah. Absolutely. To have a father around for that baby, that's really important. And a man can do everything except breastfeed. So the man can help with the bathing of the baby, can look after mum, help her with the food and
change nappies,
cleaning and do the nappies, and they can do everything else. They just can't breastfeed. And sometimes dad's really good at settling baby. If mum's at the end of her tether, she's had the baby all day long and baby won't settle, and dad comes home and he can relieve mum of that, give her arms back for a while, and sometimes a different pair of arms is all the baby needs.
Now, there's still a stigma about women breastfeeding in public. How can we change public perception for the ones who challenge that, who don't think it's a good idea? How can we change their perception?
It's always sad to hear that. I'm always disappointed when I hear that somebody's made some complaint or something. Breastfeeding's normal for babies, and what we'd like it to be is that no one notices. That women just get out there, breastfeed their baby when their baby needs it, and everyone else just carries on and doesn't even take any notice. Just it's sad to hear that.
Yeah, it's completely normal, isn't it?
Question it. This is just one of the ways, one of the things we have to do. Yeah.
Now, like I said at the start of the story, we're celebrating here in Rotorua to celebrate the 50 years of breastfeeding in New Zealand. So what's going to be happening? Well,
we're having a morning tea. We're having it at the boardroom at the Rotorua Hospital, and from 10:30. So we're just going to have cake and cut the cake, and I'm hoping lots of people from the past. Well, La Leche League has been in Rotorua since 1971, so I'm hoping lots of people from since then will come along and just have a good catch up and celebrate what a great organisation it's been, because it's been a wonderful organisation for me to get involved in, and everyone's so supportive, and there's been some lovely people that I've met through it. So,
well, let's talk about La Leche. Is that the correct pronunciation?
Yeah. Yeah.
What does it mean? Because it's not English, is it?
No, La Leche, that's Spanish. So it means the milk, basically. And when La Leche League started in America in 1956, you couldn't say breast in public, so nobody could talk about breastfeeding because, oh dear, that would be the worst thing to say. So one of the founders' husbands was travelling in Florida, and he found a statue which talked about Our Lady of something or other in plentiful milk, and it was there in Spanish, La Leche, as milk. So they thought that was a good name.
Cool.
But it is a bit confusing for people sometimes. We've been around a long time, but not everyone knows what it means and what we stand for, but that's it. Yeah.
So obviously your main role is to support breastfeeding mums. So what sort of things do you do?
Well, we have meetings every month. We meet, at the moment, we meet in the Baptist Church creche. We're not affiliated to the church in any way. It's just a nice, convenient and central and cheap venue for us to have our meetings in. So we have a discussion type meeting there every month, and all breastfeeding mums or pregnant mums are welcome to come along and their supporters. And I'm available on phone to help anyone who has any questions at any time. So my phone number is on the front of all the Well Child books.
Yeah. Now, for some of our viewers, they may not know where the boardroom at the hospital is. So, do you know exactly where in the hospital you can find it?
When you go off Rotorua Street and up Pukeroa Hill, you turn left and towards, and it is signposted apparently, and then go past the helipad, and it's just down past the helipad.
Cool.
So
And that's this Saturday at 10:30.
this Saturday,
Yeah. Do people need to let you know that they're coming?
Well, that'd be lovely if they did. Yeah. But if they forget to let me know and just turn up on Saturday morning, that's fine.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Chris, appreciate your time today, and good job that you guys do in the community. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What are your names?
I'm Courtney. I'm Michaela.
Celine. I'm Shifa.
All right, girls, so tell me about what you dressed up as. Pirates, obviously. What's the stage challenge about?
How our imagination is it taking over, technology is it taking over our imagination, so you've got to find a balance between it.
Nice. And you girls, how big is your group? What does it say on the back? You will find the balance. You'll find the balance. So how long have you guys been organising this? 8 months. That's full on.
Crew.
That is full on. And so do you get much time off school?
No.
Oh, Tom.
Pretty onto it.
Pretty onto it, but awesome party in there, hey?
It's so fun.
Awesome party. So tell me a little bit about how many people are in your group.
100.
I think there's 90 dancers and 20 backstage. Yeah.
Wow, that is full on. Any of you want to get into acting when you get older? Get into dancing, performing when you get older?
Dancing.
Dancing?
Yeah.
Dancing. Nice.
These two are the good dancers.
Nice, awesome. Do you dance in your own time?
Dance at a dance studio.
You dance in a dance studio. Nice, awesome, girls. Well, thank you very much. So you're from Girls High?
Yeah.
Is Girls High going to win?
Yeah.
All right, girls. What's your name?
I'm Danielle. Harriet. Anna. Rebecca.
And where are you from?
John
College.
And are you going to win? Yeah! So tell me about your performance. What's it about? What's it based on?
Our performance is based on world leaders and who's going to be next and what it takes to be a leader. So
Nice. And what does it take to be a leader?
it takes, you've got to just get in there and get the job done, and you've got to be able to talk to people and be able to present in front of people and have good.
This is our leader right here, our director. Nice. Turn around. Awesome. Directing things from behind. Nice. Nice, awesome. So you have got lots of energy. What's your plan?
Of course. Well, today, it's just all about meeting new people from different schools, and we're just going to go out there and give it our all.
Yeah, and it's a good party in there, hey? Raging. Great day off school. It is raging. We love it. Awesome. Thank you, girls, and good luck. Western Heights. We've got Western Heights with us now. What's your name, hun?
Kelly.
Abby.
Callista.
Alex.
All right, guys, tell me what your performance is about.
So our performance tonight is about how art should inspire everyone, and it's not just open to in the galleries. You can take it back to the streets, and it's open and available for everyone.
Nice. It's a bit of a rage in there. Are you having a good time?
Yes.
It is. And are you going to win?
Yes.
Absolutely. They are sure of it. So tell me a little bit about how many months you've been practicing.
2-3 months.
Quite a while.
Quite a while. Do you get time off school?
Just yesterday. Just one day.
And today? Today is a good day, and so the performances tonight, are you feeling nervous?
Yep, a little bit. Hopefully I get out there, have a lot of fun and all of that, so yeah.
And so the dance moves have been coming out. Has there been much, is this all done by the rangatahi, the young people, or is this a lot of teachers getting in there? And
Definitely, the students. It's very student-led. Like, the teachers are there to support us, but the kids have the final say.
Yeah, we like that. That is very cool. Well, thank you very much for your time, and good luck.
Thank you.
Western Heights!
What a great creative outlet for our youth at the ASB Stage Challenge held earlier this week at the Civic Theatre. If you'd like to see the show again, visit our website tv.rotorua.co.nz or to call the station phone 073488 984. Thanks for watching tonight. Have a great weekend. We'll see you again next week.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.